So, I managed to get my chocobo. My Nuggies is all nice and sort of silvery now. Kind of. I actually had to go with like ash gray, but it's the closest I think I could get to silver, and you think it looks good. But he doesn't look quite right just yet. Because Post-Moogle Kitty is ready for duty, but he's not quite there yet. So we definitely need to run through the event so I can get him the nice postman outfit from my chocobo.
So I made myself a kind of makeshift post-Moogle glam. I can't really wear the cap.
Yeah, because of your bun boy ears.
Yeah, I'm kind of limited.
Oh, I think both of you look really good, actually.
Thank you.
I'm glad to hear it.
What is that? Oop. Darn it. Gala Kitten's getting in the way. What is that top? Oh, the Sky Pirate Jacket of Striking. Yeah, that Sky Pirate top looks really good for the postman outfit. Alright, let's go see what they have for us.
Heading to Miketo's.
First, when I was trying to do the post-Moogle outfit, I wanted to do a different one because I'm actually planning to use this glam for something else a little later. But I thought about using the Scholar's Artifact Armor, but I'd gotten rid of it, and I don't have the things I need to get another set of it. But I thought that that blue Scholar armor would have worked pretty well.
True. The 51?
Yes, I believe it's the level 50 one. The artifact set. The one that's just like the green glamour set, but it's blue basically.
Yeah, I know which one.
Okay, I've been given an ETA. I have 30 minutes. That should be more than enough time, hopefully, though.
Alright. But first, and most important of all...
Let me know when you guys are getting ready to start the quest and we can sync it up a little bit.
Alright, I'm ready. I'm ready to start it pretty much whenever you guys are.
Well, I'm already up here, so...
Alright then, I'll start it now then.
Yep.
That the Valentione has her midst full this Valentine's Day. Well, good thing we're here to help then. It is the season of ardor and affection, and romance is thick upon the air. I, Lizette of House Valentione, entreat you, dearest one, to breathe deep and take love's richness, its cloying rosy radiance, into your bosom. Alas, every rose has its thorns, and even this fairest of seasons is not without its trials. Indeed, trouble is afoot, and it threatens the hearts of all in this realm. Fellow of ours, a Moogle well-versed in the myriad matters of the heart, has found himself in quite the quagmire. The sweet thing of which we speak goes by the name of Kupka Cup, and is an emissary of pen passions and all such billadoo. I have no idea how to pronounce that one. Valentione's Day is a joyous occasion, but not always so for those who acquit themselves as post-Moogles of the realm. Kupka Cup has his poor paws full, delivering heartwarming missives far and wide, hither and thither. Though he would never admit it, I fear he's at wit's end. But you, benevolent adventurer that you are, can provide precisely what our hirsute herald requires oh so desperately. Pray, lend Kupka Cup your talents and retrieve from him the edge whereupon his wits now teeter so precariously. A working adventurer is a happy adventurer, I guess. Marvelous, you're a hero through and through. Kupka Cup will be so relieved. I shall fetch him at once. It's the tiny little Ellison boy with the full tuxedo. Just a sec.
Oh, she is from a past event.
Oh, so this one's actually been in another one of the, like, Valentine's events?
Yeah.
Oh, well, yours is a face I know well. No introductions necessary, friends. For so renowned are you.
So she was from like 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, when I started.
Huh. Well, okay then. Looks like I'll be meeting her for the first time, though. Renowned are you that I feel as if I've known you all my life. My post-Moogle compatriots speak of your daring do almost nightly, Kupo. How they will bristle into puffballs when I tell them we are acquainted. Now then, I hear from Astrid that you would help me in my hour of need, which I'm most grateful. However, it is not the work itself that vexes me, rather a colleague of mine, a clueless courier newly inducted into our vocation. Every Valentione's Day, we emissaries are overtaxed, and this season has proven no exception. I had hoped to nip this issue in the bud by petitioning the Deputy Post-Moogle for a helping paw or two. He obliged, but has sent someone altogether worthless, an undisciplined tyro. To make matters worse, the daft thing is painfully ignorant in the ways of the heart. You should hear the way she speaks to the clientele. What an ugly gift. Love must be blind, and such nonsense. Left to her own devices, I fear she will ruin Valentione's Day, Kupo. Give the girl the axe, you cry. Well, the impulse is very much with me, I assure you. But I can't rightly turn away the very assistance for which I begged. I would come across as the most wretched ingrate to ever have wings. Yet I haven't the time to train her, let alone the patience. Fret not, my harried herald. You are right to have sought our help, for I have come upon the cleverest of solutions to your predicament. We shall enlist the help of our doughty adventurer and House Valentione's very own Astrid to accompany said callous courier. Cannot be surprised at my suggestion. It's the most natural fit. Ashran, so skilled in so many subjects, will teach your assistant the delicate art of the post, while Astrid shall instruct the Moogle in the ways of ardor and adoration. There, a splendid plan if I do say so myself. Are you both sure you're up for the task? It isn't too great a bother? What a seasonable relief indeed. Kaboom! I shall bring her to you at once, for there is not a moment to lose.
Looks like our first stop is the Carpenters Guild.
God, that post-Moogle outfit on the Chocobo just looks so good.
It's so cute.
It looks really good.
I introduce you to my fledgling post-Moogle charge, Puncty Pico, and her loyal Chocobo. Oh dear, this is rather awkward. I confess your friend's name slipped my mind, Kupo. Salutations, one and all. As for my Chocobo, his name can't have slipped your mind because he hasn't one. I refer to him simply as my partner deer, or when I'm feeling particularly silly, Bird. Many an acquaintance of mine has attempted to provide him a name or two, but none of them ever stick. Or should I say I always forget them. In any case, you may call him whatever you like. Makes no difference, least of all to him. He doesn't care. Yes, well...
It's just like only calling your cat.
Well, it could have been worse. She could have been more like me and named her Chocobo Nuggies. Yes, well, be that as it may,
Well, I did name mine Marshmallow, so they're also edible.
I have tasked Puncty Pico with 3 deliveries, all of which I would ask you to join her on. These two are accompanying me? Very well, who am I to turn away, whoever you are? Our first stop is the Carpenters Guild. Bird and I shall await you there. Admittedly, it was basically a coin flip for my Chocobo between Nuggies and Tendies. I've seen others who name theirs like KFC and chicken strips and stuff like that.
I had KFC tonight.
I had Burger King.
Burger.
What's going on with you in the chat, JJ? You're like having an aneurysm about audio.
Yes, because I have one keybind for OBS and then another one for Discord.
Oh,
because I don't want to talk over you, and I don't know if you can hear me whenever I speak in my stream normally through the OBS audio. So
no, I have both your guys' streams and mine muted. So I'm only listening to you guys through Discord.
Okay. See, that's probably smart.
Oh, then I'll probably like mute in Discord when I wanna.
Yeah, mute in Discord whenever you wanna. Yeah. That sounds smart, just so that, you know. I mean, obviously I'm new to it, so I don't know what I'm doing.
That's alright, I can't even begin to count, like, how many major screw-ups I've had in just the few months that I've been streaming, and how I'm still having them to this day, occasionally.
Yeah, so I guess what I'm gonna do is just put my OBS and my Discord on the same keybind so that when I'm talking, it shows up in my stream too.
That's possible. The way I tend to have mine set up is I have a push to talk for Discord so that anytime I'm let up on it, I'm not blaring through Discord. But then I have a toggle on OBS, a push to mute and unmute button.
I see. See, I just prefer to use push to talk because my father sits behind me and is very loud.
Yeah, I can see how that could end up being troublesome.
Right. I'll figure it out later, as long as it's like okay, and I don't really expect anybody to watch my part of the stream anyway, so...
Well, someone's watching your stream.
Oh, I'm running the absolute wrong direction. Oopsie.
Alright, let's see. Oh, the recipient is out on an errand or some such. Pity. As for the parcel, well, since no one is available to take it, I say we just leave it any old place. There are other assignments to be getting on with after all. Definitely not a very good post-Moogle. Oh, no one's here to collect it? Let's just dump it somewhere.
Real smart and classy.
She must be employed by Amazon or UPS.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Ugh. You know what's worse? It's my local mail that does me dirty most of the time.
Oh
Like,
my god.
I can see her pulling up to my drive, and then, you know, if I don't stare her down from outside my window, she won't get out of the car to go and deliver my package. Either that or she'll just throw it on my porch.
One time, I ordered something and they couldn't find the house, so they just didn't give it to us. So we had to reorder the thing and it became more expensive. All we felt was pain.
Of course.
Yeah, ever since we got the Ring doorbell, you constantly see them just, you know, not go all the way up or dump it somewhere or even chuck it at the door. But one of the worst ones was, like, have an order, tracking an order, watch the person, like, circle around my house, like, 5 times, and then just say, could not deliver, will deliver later, and leave.
Yeah, I just, we're right there. Please, just put it down. Gently.
Say now, hold there a moment. I'm no post-Moogle, granted, but merely abandoning a package like this before a door seems a touch disrespectful, does it not? What we have here is a gift, an item crafted with love and care. It deserves to be treated as such. Who's this from, exactly? A young woman, if memory serves. Daughter of the man meant to receive this. Oh yes, and there was something about her training at the Culinarians Guild, I think. My memory's hazy. You might make an interesting point. Man is out on errand, yes? Well, since he's with the Carpenters Guild, it stands to reason he's out collecting lumber. And from the Botanists Guild, like as not, we shall start our search there. For Valentione's day gift must be delivered straight into the recipient's hands.
Look at Ash sprinting.
I occasionally remember.
I wasn't
Cat boy,
accusing you
go.
of not.
Run like the wind.
I'm just trying to get through as many of these quests as I can right now because I do have to leave at in about like 7 minutes, so.
Oh.
A delivery for you, sir. You weren't at the guild
I'll
when
get
we
in trouble
came
if I
calling.
don't. I do have class tomorrow.
Dang. We're at the guild when we came calling, so we took the liberty of tracking you down. Alright, give it here then. Oh, what's all this? Valentione's Day chocolate. Well, that's a surprise. My daughter's an apprentice in the Culinarians Guild, you see. I heard she'd been selected to make the chocolates for the festivities this year. Certainly didn't expect to receive any myself. How wonderful that you did. It's not every day that one's daughter is accorded the honor of crafting such a beloved confectionery. She must be quite the culinarian. She is. My pride and joy, that girl. What a pleasant surprise this package was. Certainly made my day. Can't thank you enough for bringing it all the way out to me like you have. Never forget this kindness. Goodness, seems like a bit of an overreaction to being handed some food, doesn't it? That's what savvy post-moogles call customer satisfaction, Kupo?
I love the way you say the Kubo. It's so, energetic.
It has to be energetic. The way moogles are, I can't imagine them ever giving a Kupo that isn't just bright and cheery and, loud.
I don't know. I just like to imagine that when they're really angry, it's just a Kubo. Like a statement.
Upset Kupo noises.
Kubo grumbles.
I would almost say I could see some of them doing things like that on like the Dark Knight or whatever quest line, but having just recently played through the Heavensward version of the Dark Knight quest line, I couldn't stop seeing that the Moogles were just constantly making fun of us.
Oh yeah, they love to do that, and you know what? I'm fine with it.
Oh yeah, I adore the fact that the game reacts to Dark Knights just the way that everyone in the community does, where it's like, oh yes, you're so edgy and dark.
You silly little edgy person, you.
Still remember I ended up making a clip out of one of the sections with that quest line, where you come up to the Moogle and he's like, welcome back, Mr. Darkness of the Dark of blah blah, something like that, right? It's just like,
Mr.
I lost my shit.
Darkness of the Abyss, Mr.
It was something, yeah, it was something like
Abyss.
that, just like dark over and over again, and I just lost it completely.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Agreed, there's a lesson to be learned here, Pukti. Joy's not meant to be kept to oneself. It's a feeling that yearns to be shared. We played a part in bringing him happiness, so it's little wonder that he wished to share his felicity with us. So, joy is meant to be shared? Well, when you put it that way, suppose that's not so foreign a concept. Something makes me smile or laugh, I do tend to talk to my companion's ear off about it.
I love the idea that this Moogle doesn't know what love is until we bring him around and teach him.
I'm often made the happier for it. Yeah, this is kind of hilarious. Enough about that. Time is wasting. Best be off on our next delivery. Recipient awaits at the Whistling Miller by the looks of it. Whistling Miller's actually in the other section of Gridania, I believe, so I guess I'll teleport there.
Oh, Lysander's here. Gotta blow them a kiss before I go and turn in my quest.
Believe it's...
Oh my god, they DC'd for like half a second.
Pardon me, but I have a delivery for you, ma'am. From me? Oh, it's from one of my dearest companions. And look what they've sent. Pink seashells. Are they not extraordinary? Look at their vibrancy. Ah, and a card. Happy Valentione's Day. How delightful. Shells? Empty ones? You can't even eat those. At least the other fellow received chocolate. Pukti, That is abominably rude. You must forgive our friend here. She's not accustomed to deliveries such as these. There's nothing to forgive, I assure you. I could hardly be upset after receiving a gift like this, and from a loved one I've not seen in quite some time. My friend, you see, is an adventurer in their own right. They enjoy being cryptic, though, and never outright tell me where they've been. Rather, they make me guess by dropping hints in the form of curiosities such as these. Oh, gotta turn in for the night, JJ? Alright. That's okay, JJ. We'll see you later then, okay?
Lovely.
You guys have fun, okay?
Aye aye.
Yep. You have a good night.
I will.
Love is a mystery indeed, and a funny one at that. It's my pleasure to tell you, Puckty, that love is a many-splendored thing, and we each have our own unique way of expressing it. The friendship between that girl and her adventurer companion is a perfect example. That gift, which appeared mere frippery to you, was a treasure in her eyes. Yep, it's important for adventurers to check in with their loved ones. It's all said that no news is good news, but I very much doubt that to be the case for those in your line of work. So you mean to say this was her friend's way of telling that young woman that all's well? Their way of assuaging any worries she might be harboring about their safety? Fascinating. To be sure, were I to be separated from my bird here by expansive seas or vast mountain ranges, I'd like to hear from him from time to time. Perhaps not every day, that would be irksome, but to know that he's in good health would not be altogether disagreeable, I suppose. Anywho, no sense in losing ourselves in thought. Not when a parcel sits burning a hole in my satchel, Kupo. Our next delivery takes us to Apkalu Falls. Let's away! In which case, I really do need to sprint. Because Apkalu Falls is one of those ones that you get, like, just barely almost enough sprint time to reach. Greetings, sir. I have for you here a parcel from one of Ulda's preeminent art dealers, Kupo. At last. Her earrings, they've arrived. Goodness gracious. How stunning they are. This craftsmanship's meticulous attention to detail. I couldn't have hoped for a better present for my wife. She'll be over the moon to receive them. Birthday's coming up, you see. I wanted to ensure her special day is just that. I've even given Kupka Cup's palm a vigorous pat. I hear tell that one touch is enough to bring a couple happiness for all their years to come. Let's hope so. You did well to bring these all the way out here without a scratch on them, you know. I've begun to worry that by the time I received them, the poor things would be nothing more than scuffed, dented rocks. You got a bright future ahead of you in the Postal Service, friend. Thank you. This is odd. There's a flutter in my chest. A tickle in my stomach, Kupo? Have I taken ill? Or do compliments and words of gratitude always elicit this sort of response? Trust me when I say you are not ill, Puckty. That flutter you feel, those ticklish sensations you describe, that's fondness, a form of love indeed. And it was made manifest by that man's appreciation for what you provided. Oh, so this love nonsense, why, it isn't nonsense at all, is it? It's quite wonderful, actually. I liken it to that feeling when my bird and I settled down for an afternoon nap in the 12's wood. I tucked myself under his wing and were warmed by sunlight breaking through the trees. Perhaps you haven't mastered the concept entirely, but I do believe we're making strides in the right direction. You certainly seem more attuned to the ways of the heart than when we first made your acquaintance, at any rate. Now that all 3 parcels have reached the right hands, let's return to Mikedo's. No doubt Kuka Cup is anxious to know how Pukti fared. My god. This girl next to me, this meerkat on her shoulder is just huge.
Oh, that is big.
I knew there was a meerkat, and I figured it'd be able to crawl onto your shoulder. I didn't know it was going to stand straight up like a foot tall.
Well, meerkats do tend to do that.
Here they are, our agents of affection, our heralds of the heart, returned at last, and not before time, Kupo. Tell me, how went your deliveries? Splendid, each and every one. The recipients were all thrilled to receive their parcels, and I'm pleased to say that Pukti Pico learned something along the way. Yes, I do believe I did. Love is, well, it's quite a bit more complicated than I first imagined it to be. There are hidden depths to it, ones I didn't see before. I may not be an expert on the subject yet, but I would like to think my ignorance is not quite as dire as it once was. You're making progress, certainly. Glad of it. And just so long as you did not offend anyone, I could not ask for more. Anywho, I'm indebted to you, Astrid, and Jully. You spared at least 3 citizens of the realm from potential cruelty, however unintended it may have been. No, I'm being too harsh. Pukti, you've shown a true concerted effort to understand the labyrinthian complexities of the heart, and as a reward, I'm inclined to set to you another task. For in truth, your work is not yet finished. Much more is there to be done this Valentione's day, Kupo. When you've the time, speak with me again and I shall tell you all about it. Love's labors. And there's the post-Moogle barding. There you are, and not a moment too soon. Your unwavering devotion to the ways of ardor and affection, love and romance, courtship and intimacy is both commendable and deeply appreciated. Oof. Watching my internet and my bitrate just fly all over the place for right now.
Oh boy.
It's really annoying. I gotta get this whole thing sorted out. Alright, looks like it's starting to stabilize now. So, to the task of which I spoke, it involves a woman by the name of Alois, who only just posted a parcel with no small amount of urgency. However, she then returned, begging us to call off its delivery. Highly unusual request in her eyes. Twin pools of sorrow, Kupo. She fled straight away, ere I could even get my bearings, let alone ask what troubles her so. Will you help me seek her out? You are too kind. As for this young woman, she's an Elizan of great beauty, and thus should not be an easy one to overlook. Last I saw of her, she had just made a sharp left at the fork in the road, unless my eyes deceive me. To the left, you say? That way lies the Great Loam Brewery. If I'm not mistaken, I will accompany you there, Kukako. Ashran, Pukti Pico, you two will look near Norfolka's altar. Should you come upon her before we do, come find us at the brewery. It's like impossible to see just the tiny little like body language things that your characters do because there's 500 other people gathered around.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Who, me? Yes, I am Alois. Why do you ask? Yuka Cup wants to see me, you say? Whatever for? He's beside himself with worry, Kupo. He told us you turned tail and darted off looking dreadfully stricken. Downright morose. You can understand his concern, surely. I see. I owe him an apology for worrying him as I have, and an explanation for my frantic flight as well. Kupka's still at Mikedo's amphitheater, correct? I'll go to him at once. Actually, never mind, she's already gone. I suppose I shall go and fetch him then, shall I? Meet us at the amphitheater, and do hurry, we wouldn't want her dashing off again. First, let me start by saying how grateful I am that you would think to come and check on me. Truth of the matter is, I've received an offer of marriage. I meant to accept, which is why I came to you initially, Kupka. To see that my reply would be delivered safely. However, I was writing to tell him yes, I found myself hesitating more than I thought to have been. I began to wonder if I was making a terrible decision. Not only for me, but for him as well. The man who seeks my hand is of Ishgardian nobility, and goes by the name Azulmile. At the moment he is quite ill, and is seeking treatment here in Gridania. Do not misunderstand me. I was overjoyed to hear of his devotion. A life spent with him would be a wonderful thing. But I'm no noble. I'm of the most common stock, no more special than a weed underfoot. I wasn't raised with the aristocratic manners of a future wife of his requires. Who am I to marry into nobility? I must destroy my previous missive and pen a new letter, one telling him I can't go through with it. But that one I'll hand deliver. I won't have an emissary of love delivering such ill tidings. No, I don't pretend to be an expert in the ways of the heart, but isn't love the desire to be with someone forever and on? A desire for a trusted partner in this world? Someone with whom you can share your joys and your woes. If you care for him, be with him. Wouldn't it upset you to do anything but? It certainly seems to have. May not have much experience with this, but I know that were I and my chocobo to be separated, I wouldn't like it. Not one bit. I don't believe giving up is the solution, Kupo. Early. I myself am of Ishgardian nobility and can thus speak from a place of authority. Each of our houses has its own traditions. It's our titles that connect us, not our principles. Before making your decision, seek the counsel of your beloved and learn what his family values. I could not agree more. After all, it is doubts you harbor, not a lack of affection. If you believe his heart to be yours entire, then trust that he will listen to your troubles, that you and he can solve them together. Why not send one more letter? Explain what it is that vexes you. Yes, I see your point. It's unfair of me to hide my feelings like this. He's owed honesty. But how does one even write such a letter? Wouldn't know where to begin. Looks like Mela just accepted my friend request. Perhaps you should explain your apprehension about fulfilling your duties as wife to a man of great house. Make it clear that should you decide to join his social milieu, you will require time to study, learn, and train before you are comfortable. A word of warning, though. To compromise the very woman you are in order to bend to the rigors of nobility may leave you jaded, haggard, and altogether infuriated. Thus I suggest you first inquire as to whether his family is capable of accepting you as you are. Why not simply write down all your worries? I don't fancy myself a poet of passions or what have you, but there's something to be said for getting everything out in the open. All of those ideas have a great deal of merit, and each should be given due consideration. What say you? Which of these notions has struck a chord with you? Just tell him what concerns you. Don't commit to, like, transforming into the perfect wife for him, because he may not want that. And don't say, I won't change at all for you. Just tell him what worries you. Thank you for your insight, everyone. I believe I know what I must do now. Then let us fetch you parchment, quill, and ink. Fortunate that you have us, you know. We emissaries are never far from instruments of the post. Why, I shall even provide you with Valentione's day-themed stationery. There, it's done. Now all that's left is for him to read it. My darling is likely in the gentry's ward. I know he enjoys sitting in solitude on a bench not far from the gates. He'll be there like as not. And that's where we shall try first. We'll be back with his responses as soon as we are able. Tally-ho, bird! Love's work awaits! Still just love every time Chocobo's in a cutscene and just like warks or quays up. Just can't sit still for the nerves. No, I can't take this any longer. I refuse to stand idly by while my future is decided without me. That does it. I'm going to the Gentry's Ward this instant. Eloise, you can't. And she's gone. Our duty as emissaries of love and affection demands we see the lovelorn last through the trying time. I shall meet you at the gates of the Gentry's Ward. Might have been faster to go to the Lancers and then run from there, but doesn't matter. It would have saved me a couple seconds, maybe. Not a big deal. And this really does look good for, like, a post-Moogle outfit. Especially with the Scholar. She's just like spying on them. God. Huh. Sorry to have run off again like that. I just couldn't wait around twiddling my thumbs another moment more. We have for you a letter from one Miss Aloise herself, Kupo. Missive from my love. Thank you kindly, Post-Moogles. Perhaps it's not my place, but if I may... Aloise thinks a great deal of you. We watched her as she wrote that letter you now hold, and we could see plain as day how much she cares for you. If there's love to be found in this world, it's there, in every word she's put to that page. The heart and its intricacies aren't my forte, I admit. But if you've even half as much affection for her as she has for you, then what you two share is something wondrous. I only hope you can both weather whatever troubles come your way. The heart isn't my forte, indeed. For one who claims such a thing, you sure show remarkable perspicacity in the matter. You are quite changed from the Moogle I once knew. Color me impressed, Kupo. How good to concern yourselves over my and Aloise's affairs. Your kindness does you a good deal of credit. She's not very good at this. I shall pen my response this instant. Can I trust that you will deliver it straight to her once I've finished? We serve at your pleasure. Your trust is not misplaced in us, good sir. Did you hear that? He's going to reply. We should return to Mikado's amphitheater at once. I don't want to be here when he's sent our post-Moogle friends all the way back there. Yes, it would be rather awkward were his letter to have no recipient. Let us explain the situation to Lisette and wait for Puck DM and Kupka's delivery. I should probably go back and talk to the Master of Rolls at some point. I'm pretty sure I've gotten like 50 or 60 new achievements since the last time I talked to him. Although he doesn't really have a ton of stuff that I still need to buy from him anyway. I've gotten pretty much everything I was interested in. And plenty of things I wasn't all that interested in too. Because I had so many points. Our eminent emissary of adoration and affection is with us once more. And now that we are assembled, we've only to wait for the custodians of Ezelnile's reply. I feel sick to my stomach. What if I've angered him? What if he calls off the whole engagement? We have returned, and with your beloved's painstakingly penned post in paw. Damn you, Kupka. You're just begging for me to blow out my microphone, aren't you? Just had to do like 5 P-letter words in a row. Has no one ever told you what plosives are, Kupka? Bhakti Pika, I was drawn to your advice in particular. Wow, yeah, my internet is all over the place tonight. It's real bad tonight. Oh well. It probably will be a pretty short stream. I was planning to do other stuff for a couple hours after finishing the event to go about as long as I usually do, but with my internet being a nightmare tonight, I'm probably going to end as soon as I'm done with the event. Try and figure out how to fix it. I wrote down all my worries, concerns, and questions in a clear and concise fashion, and he responded with, well, with some confusion, it seems. Although now at least he's aware of what troubles me, and for that he says he is grateful. He's very sweet here, you see. He tells me that together we will go down this list of mine and solve one problem at a time. Where we live, how we will be is up to us to decide. Where we live and how will be up to us to decide. Okay. Stumbled all over that one, didn't I? Not his family. I've come to ensure my letter has reached you, and see if you have yet read it. After all, you did the same for me. Would be unkind to not return the favor, no? Yeah, this guy's pretty smooth. He's pretty smooth. Oh god, how embarrassing. Caught me spying on you, didn't you? You're embarrassed? For what, pray? I found it endearing, my darling. These companions of yours, did they assist you in writing to me? And we are in your debt. Eloise, my love, what say you to tea at the Carline Canopy? There we can discuss our future. A conversation which is long overdue, I should think. Thank you, my friends. Where would I be without your help? I promise yours will be the first invitations we post once we've settled on a day. Well, okay then. Goodness gracious me, do my eyes deceive me? Bhakti Pico, your palm. Of course it did. Yeah, it just makes sense. Oh man. Good. Why, it's adopted the very shape of the season. And is lovely beyond compare, Kupo. It is much of a muchness with mine, or so I flatter myself to think. I can't rightly explain it, but seeing those two together brought a flutter to my chest, a spring to my wings. Next thing I knew, my palm began to tingle in the most peculiar of ways. It's just such a marvelous thing to know that we had a hand in ushering Isabel's and Alois's story into its next chapter. And to think it was all performed strictly through the art of the post. Affectionate missives are more than just silly folderol. I assume them to be. I see now that they show what's in our hearts like nothing else can. And we emissaries are their trusted custodians. That we are, Bhakti. Only do remember that letters require more than just love. They're also in need of names and addresses. And speaking of names, perhaps you might bestow one upon a certain chocobo. Think of it as a show of not only kindness, but of love too. A show of love, you say? I suppose you're right. I was never able to recall the names given by my Moogle acquaintances, but I bet I could arrive at something that actually sticks. I'll give it some thought. Make sure I've done this bird justice. Well, he seems to be enjoying it. My once foolish fledgling has wings of her own at last. How proud I am to see you soar. You're a credit to the emissaries of ardor and affection with your heart-shaped palm. It is my most sincere honor to have you among our ranks, and I pray that you will continue this most revered work. I would love nothing more, Kupo. What joy to be blessed with so many couriers, and in this season of sublimity no less. Disheartening indeed to watch our numbers grow and grow, for with so many we can ensure that ardor and affection accompany all the fair creatures of this realm, wherever their journeys take them. Well, okay then. Seasonal event complete. Wonder if this one has a repeatable quest that you can do for some benefit too. Honorific abilitudinatibus. Let me try and get that again. Honorific abilitudinatibus. Honorific abilitudinatibus. Oof. That is a heck of a phrase. I'd almost want to type that into a dictionary to see if it actually means something, but I'm of the feeling that that's probably like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious sort of thing. It may not mean anything at all. Or it's a very weird, warped version of something. Honorific abilitudinatibus. Eh. Well, okay then. Oh, yep, there's a repeatable event. And Jully is already doing it. Oh, it gives you the prismatic hearts. Okay, I'll run it once, just to show it off, but I already bought a bunch of the prismatic hearts. Ash, I knew you would come. You're a marvelously convenient talent for appearing when we're in need, don't you? Anywho, trouble's afoot. Word is spread of our precious and previous endeavors, which under normal circumstances would be cause for celebration, but not so today. We've been inundated with letters from across the realm entreating our aid with all manner of vexations. Our fellows have left me here alone to field these pleas. I can't see all this by myself. Please, won't you assist me in bringing succor to the hearts of the weary? I've made a tidy little list of those who have written to us. No need to see their troubles in any particular order, mind you. Just try not to let a request slip through the cracks, yes? And passions, nameless adventure, winsome pajal. Huh, that sounds interesting. One who dreams of the wider world. I think I'll start from the top and work my way down. Maybe I'll run this quest multiple times so I can see each of these. You would see to what plagues my heart. You're far too goodly, Ash. I confess that Aloise's joyful union touched me in a way most unexpected. Sparked within me jealousy of all things, for in her happiness I saw reflected my own desires. Really? Yes, 'tis true I am here to speak of my own beloved, the man with whom I wish to spend all my days and nights, the very gentleman to whom I am betrothed, one Sir Hortefance. The festivities have run us both off our feet, leaving us not a spare moment to while away together as we once did. Vexes me terribly. I cannot speak of it to him. I would flush like a schoolgirl and tie my tongue into knots. Instead, I mean to pour my woes into parchment. Oh, that explains a great deal. First, I couldn't understand what was upsetting you so. Now it's all clear as crystal to me. Right then, on to this letter. First, what style should she write it in? Prolix paragraphs and poems. Well, I mean, that's her style. It should be her style because it's her lover. How should she word her vexations? Be coy. Coy sounds about the right style for her. I don't know how much these, choices will really change much of anything here, but I guess we'll see. There, it is done. For better or worse, the missive is penned. And all that remains is its delivery, which I will attend to right away. Goodness me, no sooner had Sir Hortefance read your letter than he made a beeline for the nearest door to race to your side, Lizette. It was all I could do to keep him from stampeding through the streets. Small miracle he had the presence of mind to even hold a pen. How do you dance around the issue at hand? Be playing with me or I will never understand. My heavens, perhaps it would have been wiser to be more forthcoming about my issues. Oh well. Well, irrespective of this non-committal answer I've received, I am grateful to you for advising me in this matter. That's interesting. I wonder if I'd given different responses if it would have actually amounted to much of anything. Assistance has proven positively indispensable, Ash. If you've the time and inclination, do come by again. There's always more to be done, after all. And then back again, I see. Heavy-hearted of the realm will rest easy knowing that you're on the case. Now then, which of these distraught Eorzeans will you assist this time? Almost interested to run this one again and see if I can get different... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to run this one a second time. Change some of my answers to be more forthright or whatever on the second one. Can I... No, you can't skip because you have to make decisions in it. But it'll be the same. Fill it with poems. That's her style. That shouldn't be wrong. But just be more straightforward about it, I guess. And let's see if the response is really all that different. I thought Koi would have been the right way to go. Given the way she is, I figured her and her lover are probably very, like, coy about stuff and a lot of passion and a lot of nonsense, right? Rather than just straightforward. Speeding through the streets, that's the same. Dance around, be plain with me, or I will never understand. Wiser to be more forthcoming about my issues. Oh well. It didn't change anything. Didn't change anything at all. I mean, if I change the first response to be less full of prose and poems and all that, then maybe it'll change something, but I doubt it. I think that's just a like token scene that doesn't really change no matter what you do. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I'm not gonna run it a third time. I don't need the rewards. I'm not gonna be showing off the same one over and over again. I'll do each one once. We of the Adventurers Guild seek to post a letter to our guildmaster, Mother Mune. Really? Though we're yet an untrained and unblooded passel of adventurers, it still grieves us tremendously to admit that we sought her aid in a task we bungled not several nights gone. We fear this blunder of ours will lower us in her estimation so abominably we may never work again. We're determined to set this all to rights. The question is, how? What words will move Mother Mune so that she will not see us as the lumbering dolts who stepped in it? Huh. Well, that is a pickle. Count yourself lucky, though, for you're in the presence of a renowned adventurer, one who most assuredly understands well the problem you face. So, what advice can you impart to our flustered friends? Yeah, no. Don't hype yourselves up. That's stupid. Be straightforward with Mune. Show that you actually regret the mistakes you made and you intend to do better next time. We'll convince this Mother Mune to provide them with more work. Failure's a novice's best learning tool. Anything to make up for your previous... No, that's pointless. Mune is not stupid. You know what I mean? Mune seemed very comfortable in her role in the Adventurers Guild when I showed up at the beginning of the game, right? She gets it. Novices screw up. It's how they learn. Hopefully they don't get themselves killed while they're doing it. Yeah, 'tis rid at last. And I shall see it safe to its safe and expedient delivery. Pardon my tardiness. Mune was kind enough to set out tea for me. I could hardly refuse such an offer. Warmed my heart to see such munificence. Now that I reflect on it, such hospitality too is one form of love, isn't it? But I digress. What does Mune write? What a relief it is to read this. It is seen how steadfast our convictions to the guild are. By hook or by crook, we shall not disappoint her. I, for one, am afire with determination. Huh. So that came out very positively. Maybe you really can fix that first one if you get... But you have to get both of the responses just right? That seems weird. Your advice is rung true indeed. Thank you for your wisdom. We shan't forget it. Check something really quick. If the time and inclination do come by again, yep. I have one more, or no, two more. So I wonder which of the Pajal are trying to write this letter. Ah, well, hello there. Fancy seeing you here. Fancier still that you're one to assist me. My conundrum is that, as ever, my brother and I are concerned for Kane's well-being. We thought to write her, but I know not what to say. Narun has lifted not a digit to help. I would ask her to be mindful of her health, but does that not sound rather fussy? Even more so when couched in dearest sisters and formal prose. Though I suppose Kane is both formal and fussy herself. Yeah. Yeah, she is. What's more, I haven't much practice in the ways of penning properly worded missives. My sister is, as I mentioned, a touch on the fussy side, holds manners and decorum in high regard. Little doubt she will read my words with a rather critical eye. You speak of Kane Senna, the elder seats here. She's revered among our kind. To think I will soon be delivering a letter to her. What an honor! Enough about me, we're here for Ryo Senna. How do you think she should go about this? No. That's all wrong. No need to stand on ceremony? No, absolutely that's wrong. Show that you're serious by observing proper letter writing etiquette, which I hate. I hate that I have to give this response, but with Kane Senna, that seems right. Very well, but who should we say this letter is from? Ryo Senna may be the one composing it, but it was both her and her brother who meant to ask after her well-being. What are your thoughts? I think from both, honestly. Because they are both concerned, even if Abrun's never gonna pick up a letter and write to her or ask her. I think from both. There, I have it finished. And I entrust its delivery to you. Why, of course, and away I go, Kupo. The elder seats here is a wonderful woman, as many have said. She saw how nervous I was and put me at my ease immediately. Your sister is lovely indeed. I'm glad to hear it. Let's see how she replies. She applauds me for the maturity I show in writing her and says that as an older sister, she could not be more proud. What a curious response. I ask her to watch her health and she commends me on my maturity. That sounds about right. Strange as this answer is, it seems our words of worry have gotten through to her, thankfully. Though I was initially reluctant, I am glad we wrote her. My heart is lighter knowing she is well. Your assistance to these family matters is much appreciated. I may as well. I'm a white mage too, so... I'm about the closest thing you guys have to family other than each other. Where'd Jully go? I think Jully was talking about taking some pictures or something last time I checked on the stream, but... Back again. Here we go. And last but not least, one who dreams of the wider world. Well, hello there. Aline. Dreams of becoming an adventurer too. I don't know if she's part of some other quest line. I don't think I've run into her ever before. Greetings, sir. My name's Aline, and it is an honor to meet one such as yourself. You see, I've dreams of becoming an adventurer too. Oh, to think of all that you have seen. All the lands you've walked. How incredible. That's why I'm here today. Well, I want to write a letter to Kupka Cup to thank him for his support. Whenever I feel low, like I want to give up on my dream of seeing the world, Kupka's there for me to lift my spirits. Huh. A message for Kupka Cup, huh? So, how do you think she should start it? No. I don't think he needs you to urge him to take time for himself. Just thank him for all of the encouragement. He seems very good at his job. I don't think he needs you to tell him, please take time for yourself during this busy season. How should she finish the letter? Support him. Support him the way he's supporting you. Don't remind him not to overwork himself. He's good enough at his job to handle this. Just show your support for him. Take your words to heart. I only hope this letter's enough to show Kupka how much he means to me. I'll make sure it reaches the right hands, or paws, rather. If only you could have seen the look on Kupka's face when I told him who had written him. He couldn't stop twirling through the air. It was adorable, but don't tell him I said that. He was so touched he managed to find time between his many deliveries to craft a reply, which I have here. He really was happy to receive my letter, wasn't he? He tells me he can feel my gratitude and love for him in every word I wrote. As wonderful as it is to talk with him in person, correspondence like this can be rather fun too. I'm more motivated than ever to continue my training now. Thank you so much. Misspell. Thank you so much for the advice on my letter, and thank you, Pukti Pico, for delivering it to Kupka. Oh, Jully's G-posing. I'm sure this will be some amazing image. Jully's a lot better at the G-posing stuff than me. You know what? I've got a little time while Jully's busy getting a picture. I'm gonna go ahead and run the first one again and make the different choice and see if it really changes much of anything. Because all the other ones had like really decent outcomes. I don't know if I was just making good decisions or if they're literally just the same always. I guess this will tell me though. Skip, skip, skip. I've already seen all this. No, simple and straightforward. Simple and straightforward and get to the point. Apparently, your lover is nothing like you, so... whatever. Forthrightly. Apparently, unlike her, who loves all this flowery language and all that joy and all this stuff, her lover's just like, will you just tell me what's going on already? Now, what's the response? Says he's been fretting over the same things as I have. Oh, so I actually was just getting that really, really wrong. Which case, why not come to me sooner? Honestly, he also writes that we shall sit down for a proper meal once Valentione's day has come and gone. I suppose there's no sense in holding it over his head. Although I ought to. Well, that settles my affairs, I should say. My deepest, most sincere gratitude for your help. You've conducted yourself with the diligence and sagacity befitting an emissary of affection. Now, go forth and bestow your romantic wisdom upon those in need. Okay, so I really was just getting really wrong choices. God, I picked up like 50 or 60 extras of these.
I heard that emote.
So you were actually able to hear the dote go off?
I have it set to give me like a noise when people emote at me.
How'd you do that?
Somewhere in settings. I don't know, dude. I did this so long ago.
That was great. I just did the dote and then I jumped back over to the multi-stream and turned and unpaused yours so that I could see what you were doing, and then you just like, I heard that.
I heard that.
God, I'm watching your stream right now. God, you are really good at this G-posing.
Well, I mean, I've gotten like kind of okay at like figuring out poses, and then there's the whole changing the camera, and then there's this stuff. And then you can get closer and farther.
The motion sickness level, right? Just grab it and spin your camera around.
Spin. I'm trying to get all of the chocobo in here, but they're tall, and I am tiny. This is so sad. I'm so small. Okay, wait. I want to... Okay.
Someone who doesn't do the G-posing stuff often, how does it happen when, like, earlier when we got the birds and you and I were both in that same pose together? Was it just because two of us were G-posing side by side or something?
Okay, so, like, we're in a party, yes? Okay. I need you to do an emote. Or did you already, like, I guess... Okay.
I just recently doted on you.
That should be fine. You go in a G-pose, and I can click on you, and I can just pause your animation with this button. Like that.
Ah.
And I can pause mine too. See? So I can get the more accurate pose of what I want.
Okay. I was wondering how earlier with the birds you managed to get that perfect pose where we were both in the same pose with the looking up
Yeah.
at the bird.
That's why it took so long, because of also trying to find a shade. I was looking for how to just pause your animation. Because there's a button that pauses everyone. Because if I go back into GPause, the button that's before that one, it pauses everything that we're doing, like, at the same time, instead of separately. So it's not in sync.
Oh, wow, so I'm just hitting tab and it's literally just bouncing me around between like everyone around us.
Oh, there's Lysander. Oh, wait. You have not met Ren. Come here. This nerd is in G-pose. This is the third friend.
Ren Justice.
Yes.
You and Lysander keep jumping in the way.
Also, did you know with G-pose you can hide people?
Yeah, I have used that function before where you only show certain people.
And like if you're in like a dungeon and stuff, you can actually hide the like exit thing by removing there's an option that gets rid of like some objects, certain effects only. That one.
Love how when you went into G-pose, literally the last thing that all three of us had done was a dote, so all three of us blow hearts.
All the hearts. Trying to get him to say hi.
Oh yeah, I should actually use the post-Moogle barding.
Yeah. But yes, that's the main friend group. Yes, we have Iggy, me, and then there's Ren and Lysander. The four bringers of chaos.
Sounds about right.
He died. It's because he can't snap. Come on, buddy. It's easy. Just use your fingers.
That's okay. I don't think I can either.
It is a Mog Station emote.
Yeah.
I
That's
got
all-
it the other day because I've started to like randomly start snapping my fingers, and I just really like the noise of this emote.
Sanders just healing.
Collar noises.
Or you could just... Oh, what's that?
Oh, I'm being healed.
Interesting. Just give one to everybody.
By the way, oh my god, the shield on you. That's a chunky shield.
Holy crap, that's like my entire health bar.
Also, Ash, what's your favorite fairy to use?
I tend to like using Celine.
Celine Supremacy, yes. Oh.
Now Ren's just surrounded by fairies.
Wait.
Now he's really surrounded.
Yes.
Oh well, fortunately I don't have the wings to join you guys, but he does. He has big golden ones.
I got the golden wings tonight. Yee. I was rolling. I have ducky dice, right? It's dice with ducks in them, and I was using it to decide to help someone decide which door to use in like the portal with maps. And the ducky dice got us to the final chamber, so I got the golden wings.
Wow. That's lucky.
Yes. My dice were blessed tonight.
Is there any way to like increase your odds? I think I know the map thing you guys are talking about, and it's that like treasure dungeon, whatever, with the doors.
The treasure thing.
The doors that'll lock in front of you or open for you.
The doors.
Yeah, I've seen those.
Sometimes you get a free door, like it glows around the door that it's the correct one. But other than that, no. It's all by chance.
Yeah, that's that dungeon or that event is always like constantly on Lulu's highlights, streamer highlights.
Mm-hmm.
Just everybody constantly like, oh my god, I made it to the final chamber, or just doors just locking in their faces and just watching a streamer like die on stream. Which expansion is that part of?
These 2 sets of wings are from Endwalker. The Endwalker maps are so cute. I love.
That's pretty interesting. I would have thought those fairy ones might have been part of like Shadowbringers and the fairies and that or something.
You know, I thought that too, maybe, like, but it would be weird for them to, like, add it to, like, a map that's, like, kind of, like, not important anymore.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
Because if it was being added to the, those maps, it would have come out, like, during Shadowbringers times. And I feel like the wing thing was kind of newer then, too. Because there was only the angel wings so far.
So the
But
wings
this
didn't
expansion,
even...
they added, like, was it, like, 4 more wings? Yeah.
So the wings didn't even come around till Shadowbringers?
Yeah. Let me see, Froshniks. Yeah, they were more big on umbrellas in Shadowbringers. Because they were adding a ton of umbrellas because they added umbrellas. So I've got a bunch of umbrellas. I don't think any umbrellas are part of maps. Oh, but this umbrella's from the fairy place at, like, a shop vendor. The pink one.
Oh, there they go.
Gone.
Yeah, I think they just zoned into a roulette or some party finder thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, with my internet being very iffy tonight, I'm probably going to stop the stream pretty soon. I just want to show off one last thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which I'll need to leave the town for. Your coat looks great, buddy. But now... Now you look perfect, Nuggies. And now we look perfect. We like the perfect postman pair. My mount and me. There we go. Post-Moogle kitties and their post-Moogle choco mounts.
Yes. And the pink looks nice, I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised how well this ash gray came out. Because I remember I was telling you and JJ I wanted to go silver with my chocobo.
Yeah.
And they just don't have a silver. They only had, like, grays. But this like, the lightest gray they had turns out really good, actually.
Yeah, it's good. I'm surprised I got the right pink. The last time I tried to dye my chocobo pink, it was the wrong pink.
Were you using a calculator to do the whole thing, or were you just kind of like, I'll do this color,
Yeah,
then
I
that
did the
color?
calculator, but I must have messed it up.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you started on the wrong color or something like that?
Maybe. I don't know. I like how wavy the frills are.
Oh, yeah.
Also, with G pose, you can get some cool, like, poses with your chocobo. I was messing with this the other day.
Ooh, I didn't even know you could G-pose on the chocobo.
Because you can make the move by, doing this stuff, and you can, like, get some, like, nice poses with your chocobos. Like this.
Let me see. Oh, yeah, check.
It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm checking out your stream now. You caught your chocobo like mid-run.
Mm-hmm.
That looks really good, actually.
And it's like you can figure out how, my artist brain kicks in because, like, this would, like, work well to figure out how, chocobos move in, like, finer detail. Right, they
There
don't
we go.
respond to speed.
I caught mine mid-motion now.
Nice.
Is there a way to like pan the camera around? Because I can change it, but it's always like I'm the center of focus.
For that, I don't know if if will be the same for you, but I use WAS and D to move the camera around.
Yeah, W and S will let me go up and down. A and
Do
D.
A and D let you move back and forth?
A and D pitch my camera like clockwise and counterclockwise. That might be because of the way my movement is set in my keybinds, though.
Hmm.
Because of the fact that I like took move left and move right and turn right off and just put straight left and right on them. Yeah, that's it. Once I put them back on like moving me instead of strafing me, that it pans the camera now.
Okay, then okay. That's good.
Hmm. There. Let's see. Whoa. Nope, way too much. How about this one? It's not terrible, but no. 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 Nope. Let's do essentials. Oh, it's some aggressive depth of field. That's not terrible, though. Ow. No, not a black and white, thanks. It's a little too aggressive, I think. Oof, nope. These blue ones are a little too aggressive. Pastel and vibrant, huh? Autumn. Whoa. Holy moly. These aren't terrible. No. Uh, Coffee Diva, Dream. Probably not Dream, but let me check. That's not bad. No, closer. Ah! Damn camera. Cannot be applied to the designated target. Yeah, I want them on me, not him. Joy. Can't be applied at this time because motion is frozen, undoubtedly. Oh well. There. Now, this is going to be way too aggressive, though, so it's going to really tax my system. Let me go back to my custom ones. Customs. There. I use Nenekos as a base, but I've altered a lot of the stuff to just be less aggressive on my system, less taxing. All right, let me check that.
There we go.
I see. Ah. I see someone's been posting tons of pictures in the Discord.
Yes. And I just took this one.
I love that. I love that fourth one with you with the big old smile near the roses.
Yeah. I love this barding, it's so good. It's got little lamps. Wait. Oh. The chocobo stares deep into everyone's soul. It wants your gay shell greens.
All right.